Hey guys! Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today I am doing the long-awaited Q&A. I know you guys have been waiting for this for like a month, maybe longer. I'm finally sitting down and I'm finally doing it. I think I want to put my hair up. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Hair up or hair down? We'll see. How are we feeling about this? I don't know how I'm feeling. Whatever. Alright, let's get into your guys' questions. I'm gonna try not to drag this video out. I'm gonna try and answer the questions as precisely and non-lengthy as possible. Alright, so the first question that I got is, what is your home location? My home location is at Epcot and I am working in festivals. Right now I'm working in the Food and Wine Festival. I work in a lot of different booths around the World Showcase. So far I've worked at Refreshment Outpost, Canada, and the Donut Box. The next question that I got is, how does going to the parks work with the pass reservation system? With my pass, I have the main gate, and so I don't have to buy a ticket, but I do have dates that I'm blocked out of, so I just have to check and see what parks are blocked out, and then I can go to any of the parks that aren't blocked out. Alright, the next question that I got is, do you recommend doing the DCP before or after graduation? I think based on my experience with having to take a class during the DCP, I would say do it after graduation, but you could also take a gap year and finish your credits later. If you wanted to take classes during your DCP, you can. It's honestly not been an inconvenience for me. It's just harder for me because on my off days or the times that I'm not working, I don't necessarily want to be doing school. It does become inconvenient, say when I have an assignment due and I want to go to the parks after work and I forget, you know, there's a lot of factors that go into it. It just depends on what kind of person you are. If you want to extend and keep working here, or if you want to work for the company straight away, then that would affect when you graduate, obviously. But I mean, it's really up to you. It's up to every different person. I'm going back to school after my DCP, and then I'm planning on coming back, and I don't know if I'll do another DCP, but I do want to work for the company in the future. The next question that I got is, how has it been living with roommates? It's honestly been very fun. I love my roommates. I haven't had a problem with them at all. We all get along very well. I have lived with roommates for the past 3 years. I'm a senior and at college, and I've had a roommate since freshman year of college. So I'm pretty used to roommates. I lived in a 4-bedroom apartment my junior year of college, so this isn't very different. I'm very used to living with other people. I think it's very fun. I am very independent, but I also really love being around people all the time. So I love it. I know everyone's different, so they're not gonna have the same experience as me, but it's very fun. I totally recommend it. The next question that I got is, does the DCP feel like a college experience? Okay, this is kind of a tough question because it's kind of like yes and no. I think in the aspect of yes, there's a lot of very young people here who love to make friends and love to go out and party and like do some crazy things. But also in the no aspect, it's like we are all here for this internship and this job, and so we all have an obligation to kind of put all of our time and everything into this job whenever we're needed or anything. But I know in everyone's free time we spend it at the pool or like out hanging out with friends or like at a random party, you know. It's just like when you stick a bunch of young people into a giant apartment complex that's very nice and modern, it's going to feel like a college experience. I mean, it's not like a complete college experience. I can kind of relate it to mine because I am still in college. So yeah, those are the two differences, but for the most part, yeah, it kind of is like a mini college experience. The next question that I got is, Do you have to pay for food or is it included in the program? Basically what is included in what we are paying for here is the apartment and the amenities. We pay for everything else. We pay for groceries, laundry stuff, like bedding, decorations, everything. They basically supply you the basics and the amenities and the gym and all that stuff, the community center, and we're responsible for groceries, which isn't that bad. Honestly, that's kind of like a normal apartment building, so it's fine, it's not a problem. The next question that I got is, what inspired you to vlog/film your DCP? I've wanted to make a YouTube channel since I was very, very little. I've always been into video making and like creating and all that stuff. I feel like I have a very creative mind. I like doing new things and always entertaining people. I find my happiness in making other people happy. I feel like filming my DCP is just kind of an add-on. Like, it's just bringing a camera and filming my everyday life. I don't really go out of my way to like film for YouTube. I want people to be able to watch my YouTube and kind of get a feel for what it's like to be here, if like that's your dream or just something that you want to be a part of but not actually be here. I just film and I edit in my free time. If I'm just like watching my shows, like I'll edit, and it's very easy for me. It's very fun too. I like to watch my own videos back just to kind of get a laugh or just get in the Disney spirit. I would always watch Disney YouTubers and DCP vloggers, and I was like, wow, like I want to do that, like I want to be there, and I didn't actually think that I would do it, but here I am, and I'm so grateful for how my platform is growing. I didn't expect any of this at all, so thank you guys so much for subscribing to me. If you haven't, you can subscribe down below. It's very easy, just one little click. I'm very grateful for the platform that I have right now. It has grown in so many ways, and I've met so many cool people through it, and I just absolutely love that. That's what I've wanted to do my whole life, so thank you guys. The next question that I got is, what does a typical day working at Disney look like? A typical day at Disney, for me, it really depends on the day, because I have opening shifts and I have closing shifts, and they kind of switch every week. So I'd say on an opening day shift, I just wake up, go to work, and I get off at like 5 or 6, and then I come home. Depends if any of my friends are off, I'll go do something. If not, I'll just sit in bed and watch like all the shows that I need to catch up on. If it's a closing shift, it also really depends on the mood I'm in when I wake up. I sleep in and I either go to the pool or I sit in bed and watch YouTube until I have to get ready for work. Sometimes I'm very tired from the night before, and sometimes I just want to get tan. My typical Disney days are pretty standard. Just work, come home, do a little thing, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and then I have the 2 days off. I kind of have a little weekend. I've had Tuesdays and Wednesdays off since I've been here, which is pretty nice. But yeah, on my off days I either go to a Disney or a Universal because I have a pass now. Oh my gosh. I also just got this wand. It's Draco's wand. I wanted to get a robe, but they didn't have a Slytherin robe. So I impulse bought this. Don't know why, because it's so basic, but now I have Draco's wand. The next question that I got is, what is your role and location again? I kind of answered this at the beginning of the video. I work at Epcot and I work in the festivals. Food and Wine right now, come visit. The next question that I got was, best advice for someone who wants to do the Disney college program in the future. I think my biggest piece of advice is make sure you have the right mindset to come here. It is a job, it is an internship. You are obligated to fulfill all the requirements and follow all the rules. It's not just a place to come and have fun and like party and go to the parks every single day. It's really just, you have to put work first and all the fun and games come later. It may seem like it's all fun and games based on like what Disney people and influencers and people working here post, but people really just tend to post like their most intriguing and most fun days ever, and you never really see like the work aspect of it. So I think if you have the right mindset and you kind of can create a balance of work and play, then you'll be fine. But yeah, I just want to be real with you guys. It's like not all fun and games all the time. Like, it is very tiring, it is very draining, and they're asking a lot from you sometimes, and you just got to be like mentally prepared to be in that kind of environment, in that kind of situation, because it is a lot of fun. Like, you have so much fun when you're at work, you have so much fun when you're not at work, but it is not 100% just all fun and games and park visits. It's much more than that. Also, I just want to say to people that are still waiting to hear back or are NLIC'd, I think it's very important to be patient and not give up. It was a very random process this year. From what I know, there was no phone interview. They didn't get to know you. They didn't get to know your personality, what you'd be like in the parks, or anything like that. I don't think they're even checking resumes based on all the roles that people are getting. So just keep trying. If you keep trying, you will eventually get here. I know it can be very disheartening to not be accepted, especially now that it's back and so many people are coming, but it's happening for a reason. You'll get here eventually. Just be very, very patient and be very optimistic, because that's how I was with this, and here I am. The next question that I got is, what do you think of your job so far? I love my job so much. I'm so happy that I was able to be put in festivals and that I'm not technically at one specific location. It could very well change at any point in time. I could work at any of the booths in the festival. I've only worked in Refreshment Outpost, Canada, and the Donut Box. All three of those locations have treated me very well. I'm very happy that I got to be there and meet all the people that I have. I've gotten very acquainted to those three booths. I honestly love going to work every day because you honestly never know who you're gonna meet. There's always someone new because everyone's rotating around the World Showplace. There's always something new every day, and I always come home with stories, and like I feel like I'm never bored. It's always a good time, and working in different places, it always just keeps it interesting. So I love my job. There's always those days where you're like, wow, I just closed today and I have to close 2 more days in a row. That's just kind of not the vibes, but it's not bad. It's really not that bad. Sometimes days aren't the best, but you know, it's a job. You're not gonna have a good day every single day, but I try to make the most of my days, and I'm having a pretty good time so far. So the next question that I got is, did you have to take out your nose ring for your ID photo? I don't think you have to. I know some people that kept theirs in and they didn't have a problem. I took mine out just to be safe. I take mine out for work just because we have to, unless we wear masks. But yeah, I don't think you have to. I don't think it was a problem. I just took mine out just to be safe. All right, the next question that I got was actually on one of my YouTube videos, and it is, I was wondering how the DCP works. Do you do regular college from Disney, or do you have to take a semester off to do it? As far as school goes here, it works through your university. I'm taking classes for the University of Oregon. So far, I haven't heard anything about Disney classes resuming. I know they used to do Disney University in the past. I don't know if they're looking to resume that in the future, but as of right now, it's not happening. But you don't have to take off a semester. I'm taking off fall term just to save myself the stress, because I am only taking 1 class right now and it's pretty stressful. I can only imagine taking 4 during this, so I am taking off my fall term and then I'm going to resume my spring term. But yeah, it's through your university. If you want to take classes while you're here, I'd recommend getting in touch with your school and seeing if that's possible. But yeah, I'm taking an online class right now, so that's how it is possible. The next question that I got is, was it hard finding roommates? I didn't have any difficulty finding my roommates. It was a very smooth process. I posted my roommate survey on Facebook, and I had a lot of people following me on Instagram, not necessarily reaching out, but I was in New York at the time when I posted it, and I actually didn't even accept my offer here. I was just kind of like, well, I want to meet new people, just in case. And my roommate Natalie actually DM'd me on Instagram and was like, hey, do you want to be roommates? And I was like, yeah. Didn't even accept my offer yet. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm going. Yeah, it was pretty much as easy as that. She asked me and I said yes, and then she's like, hey, found this other girl, Bryn, like she should be a roommate too. And I was like, for sure. Like, she's like, I gave her your Instagram, and then I talked to Bryn, and then there we are, us three. But when we did have to get placed in a room, they told us we had to find someone by that Monday. It was like 4 days later, and so we just went on the Facebook page, saw who still needed a roommate, and then we found our 4th roommate. The next question that I got is, what is your favorite part about the DCP? That is a very hard question. There are a lot of things here that just make it so special and so memorable, and I think the people play a heavy part in that. I have such amazing friends. I met a lot of people through social media, and I've met a lot of people not through social media, and I feel like that's what makes my time here the best, just being out with like all these different people. Like, I'm always finding myself talking to so many new people, and everyone's friendly here. I'd honestly have to say my favorite part about being here is the people, because no matter where you are, there's always someone that's like having the energy, ready to get you pumped and ready for who knows what. Someone will be out in the community center pumping you up to go to sleep. People here are so crazy energetic and like full of life. Like, you can't go to a pool party or a welcome event without having the time of your life, really. I've surrounded myself with such amazing people. I have such great friends, and I really didn't expect that coming into here. I really expected to have like my few roommates like be my best friends, and that's it. But I literally have so many really close friends already, and I'm so grateful for them. If you guys are watching this, what's up, you guys? Shout out to you. The next question that I got is, do you think you will stay in Florida once your DCP is over? I honestly do think I'm going to be coming back here when I finish school. I would love to extend, and I would love to stay here after my program, but I do have to finish school. But I absolutely love it here. I thought I would hate the weather, and that would be the one thing that drew me away, just because living in 70-degree California is pretty nice, but the weather hasn't been too bad here. The only thing that kind of pesters me is the rain, but it really is just rain. Like, I literally go to school in Oregon, so I'm used to the rain. It's just basically putting my 2 hometowns into one. Yeah, I definitely want to live here when I graduate. I did not expect that. It really just kind of overcame me as soon as I got here. Probably like 2 weeks after, I was like, you know what, this is the place that I want to be. I never really knew what I wanted to do after college, and now I feel like I kind of am getting more to know where I want to be and what I want to do, at least for a few years, and I think that is in Florida. The next question that I got is, if both programs were happening, would you still pick Walt Disney World? Yes, I would pick Walt Disney World. I have been wanting to do the Disney College program here specifically because I've been going to Disneyland since I was very, very little. I live very close to it. I lived like an hour away when I was really little, and now I live 20 minutes away. I've had a pass for 6-7 years, and in high school I'd go like once or twice a week, so I was very familiar with Disneyland. I really just kind of wanted to be out of my comfort zone, somewhere bigger, somewhere a lot more broad. Every DCP vlogger that I've seen has been here, and so I think the environment is what really drew me in, and like the different places like all around the parks, and like the hotels and the water parks, just everything was so intriguing to me. Like, I would love to work at Disneyland, don't get me wrong, but that is my home park. I know it like the back of my hand. I feel like working there would not be like a challenge at all, or wouldn't be like super interesting at all. But yeah, I would love to work at Disneyland one day. I love that place. It's my home. I want to go back so bad. I want to go on Indiana Jones, hopefully soon. But yeah, I love it here. This is my DCP home. The next question that I got was from my bestie Amanda, and she said, what is your favorite pin at Disney? That is very hard, because if you watched my room tour video, then you saw my 2 giant circle pin boards. And picking one is just very hard for me. You know what? I think I just found my favorite. Let me go get it. Alrighty, so my favorite pin that I have on my pin wall has got to be this one. That is one of my favorite pins. It is a little broken. It used to have a little key right here on the bottom. I don't know where it went. I got this when I came here 3 years ago with my family, and I was absolutely obsessed with Tower of Terror. I still am, but yeah, I hadn't been on Tower of Terror in years because they changed it to Guardians, and so I wanted to get a pin for it because I never got a pin when I was in California. So I got this one. So this one's kind of special because it's my first Tower of Terror pin, and it's super cute. I wish I still had the key. Amanda, I'm sorry I didn't pick the pin that you got me for my birthday, but look at it. Back to the questions. The next question that I got is, what's one food you like about every park? This, I feel like, is a very easy question for me because I really just stick to one singular food at every park. I really should like try something new every time I go, but I really just love the one thing that I get at every park, except for Epcot, just because it's food and wine. I've been eating a lot of things, but let me think. Okay, let's start with Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios. Woody's Lunchbox, the beef brisket grilled cheese. I've heard the grilled cheese alone is very good, but the one with the beef brisket. Moving on to Animal Kingdom, the barbecue mac and cheese from Flame Tree Barbecue. Small plug, go get it if you can. Moving on to Magic Kingdom. I really haven't eaten like anywhere in Magic Kingdom except for Casey's Corner and Pico's Bill, so I really just gotta say the burger at Pico's Bill and the mini corn dogs from Casey's Corner. I really want to try the what is it? It's like the buffalo stick things when you're going into Adventureland. What is it? It's like the buffalo sticks. If someone knows what I'm talking about, comment down below. I'll try and find a picture and put it right here. But I really want to try those. Also Dole Whip. Dole Whip's a staple. Come on. Alright, moving on to Epcot. Here we go. Alright, Flower and Garden Festival. I don't even need to explain myself. The avocado toast. Food and Wine Festival. Alright, the steak from Canada. The lobster roll from America. The turkey leg from America. Fife and Drum. If you like quinoa, the Githeri from Refreshment Outpost. As for drink, I think it's seasonal, but the grapefruit beer from Germany, if you're 21. Oh, the ravioli from Italy, come on. I honestly think that might be it so far. I really want to try like everything, but I haven't gotten around the world yet. I need to go to the Food and Wine Festival more. But yeah, from all the parks, those are my favorite foods. I need to be more adventurous and eat more things, and when I do, I'll let you guys know because I know all the parks have a lot to offer. Alright, the next question that I got is, how many hours a week are you scheduled? As of right now, I'm scheduled between like 30 and 35. I think that's pretty normal for a lot of people working in festivals. It depends for everyone, but for me, yeah, it's been like 30 to 35 every week. Sometimes it's like 28 if I get an ER. The next question that I got is, what booths do you work at Epcot's Food and Wine? As of right now, I'm regularly working Refreshment Outpost in Canada. I worked at Donut Box this past Monday. I'm working Donut Box this next Monday. I think that's gonna be my like schedule, like my regular schedule. I've been at Outpost a lot. I've gotten very familiar with Outpost and like that environment. Same with Canada. I've gotten very accustomed to working at Canada. So those I'd say are the two places that I'm mainly working. But I'm also working at Refreshment Port on Saturday, so they really just kind of throw you around a lot of places. The next question that I got is, how many classes are you taking? I am taking one. I was going to take two, but I was getting very overwhelmed with one. So I'm just sticking to that one. How many hours do you work in a week and how much free time do you have? I kind of touched on this already. I work 30 to 35 a week, and I'd say I have about like 5 hours of free time a day. It really depends when I go to sleep and when I wake up, but yeah, I just spend my free time hanging out with people, going to the pool, going to Disney Springs, going shopping, getting food, like all that stuff. And then I obviously have the 2 days off. What has been the sweetest / happiest moment you've had since starting? That is very hard. I've had a lot of very cool, very good interactions. I feel like they're very small and sweet. Like I was working in Canada last week and we said happy birthday to this girl, and like 5 minutes later she came up to us and gave us both stickers and said, I appreciate you and the little things that you do. I was like, that is so sweet, and that brightened my day because you don't hear that all the time. Happy moments happen every day. It's hard to remember them all because every day is a new day and you just are surrounded with so many things and there's so many things going on. But I'm always having a good time with my roommates. I literally just put on a full face of makeup and sat on Everest while it was pouring rain and just completely had the time of my life while also hating my life at the same time. It's moments like that that you are going to remember forever. The next question that I got is, what's your college major? Do you want to work for Disney in the future? My major is psychology and I do want to work for Disney in the future. I'm not sure doing what. I just kind of want to start working for the company and see where it takes me. I'm just saying, if you see me as the next CEO of Disney, I told you guys. About the tattoos, please and how cast members cover them. I'm pretty sure the new policy is it can't be bigger than your hand and it can't be like crazy visible. I'm pretty sure if it's like coverable or like on your back or something where like your clothes cover, then it's not an issue. But if it is somewhere that is shown, it needs to be Disney appropriate and smaller than your hand. If it's not, I'm not sure about covering it. I'm sure you could talk more to your coordinators and leaders about it, but as of what I know, that is that. Do you have to live in the dorms to do the DCP? You do not have to live in Flamingo, actually. I know a lot of people that live off property. Your rent somewhere else does not come out of your Disney paycheck, but if you live here, then your rent does come out of your paycheck every week. How to make Disney friends? Honestly, for me, I thought it was gonna be very hard. I was honestly stressing out about making friends here because you never know, like the type of people, they could be closed off, they could be not looking for friends or whatever. I've made a lot of friends through work. I've made a lot of friends going to the welcome events and the pool parties. It's honestly just put yourself out there and like be very vocal and very like energetic and have a positive mindset like about making friends, and like they will gravitate towards you. I've met a lot of really cool people through my work and like I've hung out with them outside of work, and I met a lot of cool people through social media, just reaching out to people, making the first like comment or DM, being like, hey, we should hang out. It never hurts because a lot of people are in your same position. They're looking to make friends too, and they're always looking to be open to making new friends. So as long as you're open-minded about it and you're not closed off to meeting new people, then they will eventually gravitate towards you. Epcot's still the same without the CRPs. I was scheduled to arrive in June for the CRP. Love your videos. Thank you so much. In my opinion, Epcot's not the same without the CRPs. I remember coming 3 years ago and that was one of my favorite parts about being in the World Showcase, just because everyone is from that country or that place. It was just such a cool experience, like literally walking into Norway and like someone from Norway was in there speaking to me, and walking around the whole World Showcase and realizing like, oh, that's how it is here. It was so cool, and like you really just like can't beat that. Like that's just like such a special part of Epcot, and I don't think the World Showcase is like the same without that. So I really hope it's gonna come back soon because that was one of my favorite parts of Epcot, and I know that is a lot of other people's favorite parts of Epcot. Alright, you guys, well, it looks like I have answered all of the questions that you guys have asked me. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. I will try my best to answer them as best as I possibly can. Thank you guys so much for asking me questions. I honestly enjoyed answering them. I hope that I was able to give you guys a little insight on the DCP life and get your questions answered as best as possible. If I didn't, again, comment down below and I'll try my best to answer them fully and more in depth. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon in another video.